The arrival, strange signals, and an old man. The sky above Earth was quiet. No war, no noise, only peace. But far away, in deep space, a group of alien ships was moving fast. Their name was the Zarnuk Empire. They were powerful, and they had taken over many planets. Now, they were coming to Earth. Their leader, Commander Varnek, looked at a screen. "Is Earth ready to fight?" he asked. A small alien answered, "No, Commander. Our scan shows no armies, only old people, no strong defense." Varnak smiled. "Then this will be easy." The alien ships entered Earth's orbit without any resistance. They sent small scout ships down to the surface. One ship landed in a quiet village near the mountains. The village was peaceful. Trees danced with the wind. Birds flew freely. There were no soldiers, no weapons, nothing dangerous. The alien scout team stepped out of their ship. Their armor was black and shining. Their weapons were strong. They expected humans to run or scream. But there was only one man sitting outside a small house. He was old, white hair, wrinkled face, slow movements. He wore simple clothes and sat on a wooden chair, watching the sky. The aliens laughed. One of them scanned him. His name is John Keller. Age, 78. Retired soldier. No threat. Commander Varnek's voice came through the radio. "Ask him where the leaders are. We want to take control quickly." The lead alien walked up to the old man. "You, human, where are your soldiers? Where is your leader?" The old man looked at the alien slowly. His eyes were calm but sharp. "I think you came to the wrong place," John said quietly. The aliens looked at each other, confused. "Are you not afraid?" one alien asked. John smiled. "Afraid? No. I've seen worse than you." The lead alien raised his weapon. "Tell us where your leaders are." John didn't move. He just reached into his pocket and pulled out a small, old device. It looked like a broken radio. He pressed a button. Far away, in the mountains, something began to glow. Strange lights flickered. A low hum filled the air. Birds stopped flying. Animals ran from the forest. The aliens turned their heads. "What is that noise?" "It's just an old man," one of them shouted. "He can't do anything." But then the ground shook. Suddenly, a hidden door opened in the mountain. A steel tower slowly rose from the earth. It was covered in rust and vines, but it was still alive. Inside the old device in John's hand, a voice replied. "Signal received. Activating Ghost Protocol." The lead alien shouted, "What is Ghost Protocol?" John stood up slowly. His back was straight now. His hands didn't shake anymore. He looked stronger, more alert. "You wanted Earth's leaders," he said. "I'm one of them, and we never retired. We just waited." The aliens stepped back. One of them tried to shoot, but the gun jammed. Another tried to run, but an invisible wall blocked the path. "Trap field activated," said the voice from John's device. One alien screamed, "This is not possible. He's just one man." John walked toward them. "You think Earth became weak because we stopped fighting," he said. "No, we became quiet. But quiet is not the same as weak." Suddenly, one of the alien ships in the sky exploded. The other ships started to panic. "Unknown attack. We are under fire." From deep space, a message came through their system. "To all Zarnok ships, Earth is not undefended. Earth is sleeping. And now it has woken up." Commander Varnek's smile disappeared. Back on the ground, John looked at the sky. He pressed another button. "All stations. Code red. Defense protocol active." Lights turned on across the mountain range. Hidden weapons began to rise from the earth. Robots crawled out of the ground, old but still dangerous. The aliens were frozen in fear. John turned back to them. "You wanted to conquer Earth, but now You will remember why no one dared to try before." The lead alien fell to his knees. "Who are you?" John looked at him and said, "I'm just a retired soldier. But even retired soldiers have sharp teeth." As the wind blew through the valley, a new sound echoed. Metal footsteps, machines powering up, and voices speaking in code. Earth was not weak. Earth was just waiting. The first fight. The ghost of war returns. The alien soldiers stood frozen. The old man, John Keller, was no longer just an old man. He had changed. His eyes were sharp. His body moved with power and purpose. The lead alien shouted, "Attack him." Now. 3 alien soldiers raised their weapons. They fired energy blasts toward John. But before the beams could hit him, a bright blue shield appeared around him, like invisible glass. The blasts bounced off. John pressed a button on his wrist. Suddenly, the ground near the aliens exploded with smoke. Hidden mines had been placed all around the area. The aliens flew backward, falling hard. One alien tried to stand, but something pulled him into the ground. A trap. He screamed, then went silent. The others started to panic. This place is full of hidden weapons. John moved through the smoke like a shadow. Fast, silent. His movements were not like an old man. They were perfect, controlled, deadly. He kicked one alien's weapon out of his hands and hit him with a shock baton. The alien dropped in one hit. The remaining soldiers tried to run, but one by one, they were taken down. From above, the alien ship watched in shock. Commander Varnak shouted, "He is just one human. One." His officer replied, "He is not normal, sir. He is something else." On the ground, John picked up an alien communicator and spoke into it. "Still think Earth is easy to take?" he asked. Varnak growled, "Who are you?" John looked up at the ship in the sky. "I'm Ghost Team, Unit 01. You scanned me. You saw the word retired, but you didn't read the rest." The screen on the alien ship flickered. John sent them a file. It showed images, dark missions, secret wars, human soldiers fighting across stars, destroying machines, beating enemies much stronger than them. Varnak stared at the data. These humans, they fought in the Galactic War. His officer nodded. "Yes, sir." And they won. Back on the ground, John walked toward a large rock. He pressed his hand against it. A hidden door opened. Inside, there were stairs going deep underground. He walked in. The place was dark but alive. Lights turned on as he walked. The walls were full of old screens, maps, and weapons. Dust covered everything, but it was still working. John sat at a control chair. He pressed a button. A voice spoke. "Welcome back, Commander Keller. Ghost Base Online." Old photos appeared on the screen. His team. Young faces. Strong. Brave. Some were gone now. Some were still alive. He pressed another button. A new voice came. "Commander Keller, this is Harris. You called?" John smiled. "Yes. They're here." "Aliens?" "Yes. And they made a mistake. I'm on my way." John turned on Earth's hidden defense network. Satellites in the sky started moving. A red light blinked across the system. Threat detected. Ghost protocol active. Back outside, the last alien scout limped toward his ship. He tried to fly away. John looked at the sky. He pressed another button. A blue beam shot from the mountains and hit the ship. It exploded before it could leave. In space, Varnak's ship shook. "Commander," the officer said, "we just lost contact with our scout team." Varnak's face turned cold. "Send in the Black Fang unit." "But sir, they're our elite fighters. That's overkill." Varnak growled. "We're not fighting a normal human. This is something else. I want him captured. Now." Back on Earth, John stood outside again. He looked calm. The wind blew gently. The sky was turning orange as the sun began to set. John spoke softly. You brought war to Earth, but war never left us. Far away, dark shapes moved across the clouds. The Black Fang was coming. John looked at the sky. Let them come, he whispered. I've waited long enough. He walked back toward the hidden base, and the doors closed behind him. Inside the mountain, lights turned red. Machines started to power up. Old weapons, old armor, and old memories all came alive again. The ghost of war had returned. The hidden base, secrets of the past. The sky was dark now. Clouds moved like smoke, and a cold wind touched the trees. But deep inside the mountain, lights were shining. Machines were waking up after many years of sleep. John Keller walked down a long metal hallway. Dust covered the floor. Rust touched the walls. But everything still worked. The base had waited for him. He reached a large metal door. A voice spoke from a speaker above. Scan complete. Commander Keller. Access granted. The door opened slowly. Inside was the heart of Ghost Base. Screens lit up with maps of Earth. Red dots showed alien ships in the sky. Weapons hung on the walls. Old gear. Strong gear. John looked around the room. His face was calm, but his eyes held pain. This place had memories, good and bad. He walked to the main console and typed a code. Opening classified files. Ghost Team. Project Viper. Pictures appeared. Soldiers in black suits. Missions across planets. Battles against monsters and machines. These were not normal soldiers. These were Earth's secret weapon. Each soldier had special training. Some had bio upgrades. Some used alien tech. Some had minds faster than computers. They were created to fight in space wars. Wars the public never knew. John whispered, They erased us from history, but we're still here. Suddenly, a voice came through the speaker. This is Harris. I'm close. ETA 3 minutes. John smiled. Good. We'll need you. Outside the base, something moved through the clouds. Fast and dark. It was the Black Fang unit, the alien empire's best fighters. They were trained to kill anything. Even other aliens feared them. They landed quietly near the village. Their armor was black like night. Their weapons were sharp and deadly. They scanned the area. One of them said, Target is underground. Human base detected. Another replied, Orders are to capture him alive. They started moving toward the mountain. Inside, John heard the alarm. He looked at the screen. They're here, he said. He walked to a metal locker, opened it. Inside was his old armor, black and silver, with the Ghost Team symbol. A skull with wings. He put it on. It still fit. Then he picked up his weapon. It was old, but powerful. It had saved his life many times. The base spoke again. Defense systems online. Auto turrets armed. Cloaking field activated. John walked to the door. He was ready. Just then, another door opened behind him. A tall man walked in. Gray hair, strong build, sharp eyes. Long time, John, the man said. John turned. Harris. They shook hands. No smile. Just respect. You look old, Harris said. You too, John replied. Ready to fight again. Always. Outside, the Black Fang reached the mountain. They used scanners to find the hidden entrance. Entrance located. Breaching now. They placed a small bomb and stepped back. Boom. The entrance broke open, but instead of a tunnel, they saw a metal wall with a message. Welcome to Earth's nightmare. Suddenly, bullets flew from hidden turrets. 2 aliens dropped before they could react. The others jumped for cover. Trap, one shouted. John and Harris watched on the screen. They're fast, Harris said. But not smart, John replied. He pressed a button. Gas started to fill the tunnel. The aliens coughed and fell back. But one of them, a larger alien with red armor, broke through. He moved like a machine, strong and silent. He reached the inner hallway. Cameras followed him. "That one's different," Harris said. "Elite class. I'll handle them." John moved quickly. He took a shortcut through the base and reached the hallway. The alien was coming fast. They looked at each other. No words, just war. The alien attacked first. Strong punches, sharp claws. John dodged, moved, countered. His training came back like fire. He hit the alien with an electric blast. The alien screamed but kept fighting. Then John used a trick. He threw a small black ball. It exploded in bright light. The alien covered its eyes. John jumped forward and hit him hard. One final shot to the chest. The alien fell. John stood over him, breathing hard. Still alive. Still dangerous. More aliens were coming. But now, Earth was ready. Inside the base, Harris opened another locker. 5 old suits of armor waited. He looked at them and whispered, "Time to wake the others." The return. Soldiers who never quit. Deep inside the mountain, Ghost Base was fully awake now. Lights flashed. Screens glowed. The sound of machines filled the air. This place was no longer silent. Harris stood in front of 5 lockers. He opened each one slowly. Inside were 5 old Ghost team suits, battle armor worn by Earth's deadliest soldiers. They were dusty, but ready. Harris touched his earpiece. "Call the others," he said. "They'll come," asked the system voice. "They never forgot who they are," Harris replied. Far across Earth, in quiet places, hidden phones rang. One man was fishing near a river. His hands were old, but strong. When he heard the special ringtone, he stood up, looked at the sky, and said, "About time." A woman was working in a garden. She wore gloves and had silver hair, but when her wristband blinked red, she took off her gloves and walked inside. She opened a box. Inside was a blade that once saved thousands. Another man, sitting in a wheelchair, heard a beep. He smiled and stood up. "No wheelchair needed. Still works," he whispered. One by one, the old Ghost team members began to move. They were far from young, but their fire was still alive. Back in the mountain, John and Harris watched the cameras. Alien soldiers were still trying to break in. Traps kept slowing them down, but they were getting closer. "We don't have much time," Harris said. John nodded. "We just need to hold the line. The others are coming." Just then, the lights blinked. A warning appeared on the screen. "Ship entering atmosphere. Zarnak destroyer class." John frowned. "That's a big one." In space, the massive Zarnak destroyer ship moved through the clouds. It was as large as a city, covered in weapons. Commander Varnak stood on the bridge. "Enough games," he said. "Destroy the mountain. End them now." Cannons began to charge. Back on Earth, inside Ghost Base, alarms rang loudly. "They're going to level this place," Harris said. "Not if I stop them," John replied. He ran to the defense panel. "Base, give me full control of ground weapons." "Control granted." John opened a metal cover. Inside were 2 old joysticks and a red button. He grabbed the controls. "Let's give them a surprise," he said. Outside the mountain, huge cannons rose from the ground. They aimed at the sky. John moved the joysticks. Boom, boom. 2 blasts hit the destroyer ship before it could fire. The sky shook. Flames exploded. Commander Varnik grabbed the rail. "What is this?" "They have anti-ship weapons." "Impossible." "Earth had no active defense," said the officer. "Clearly, we were wrong." Back on Earth, the ground shook. John looked at the radar. "They're sending everything now." Suddenly, the screen blinked. "Incoming call. Ghost Unit 03. John smiled. He pressed the button. A rough voice spoke. Nice to hear you again, Commander. Glad you're alive, Mason. You close. 2 minutes. Got the whole team. Across the sky, 5 black jets appeared. They flew fast and low, dodging alien fire. Inside each jet was an old ghost team soldier, older, slower, but full of fight. The jets landed hard near the mountain. Doors opened. The team stepped out, wearing armor that looked worn, but still strong. They walked like they never left the battlefield. Harris met them at the entrance. Welcome back. No time for greetings, said a woman named Rhea. Where's the fight? Inside and outside, Harris replied. Aliens everywhere. Rhea smiled. Just like old times. The team split into 2. 3 stayed to fight the aliens inside. 2 followed Harris to help John control the base weapons. Inside the mountain, blaster fire echoed through the halls. Ghost team moved like shadows. Each shot they fired hit perfectly. Each move was sharp. Alien soldiers screamed. They didn't understand how old humans could move so fast, fight so hard. But this was no normal group. This was Ghost Team, the last of Earth's secret warriors. Back at the command center, John looked at the sky. The destroyer ship was still up there, still charging its main weapon. We have one chance, he said. We hit its core before it fires. Harris nodded. We'll have to guide the missile manually. John and Harris grabbed 2 helmets and sat at the missile control chairs. Ghost Base, launch code Black Missile, John ordered. Launching in 10, 9, 8. The ground opened. A single black missile rose slowly. Then it shot into the sky. In space, the alien ship saw it coming. Shoot it down. Varnek screamed. Lasers fired. But the missile dodged. John and Harris moved the controls with skill. The missile danced through the fire. Target lock. Now. John hit the red button. Boom. A massive explosion filled the sky. Fire. Smoke. Silence. The alien destroyer was gone. Ghost Team had struck again. Inside the base, the soldiers cheered quietly. Not loud, just proud. They had returned. And they had just begun. The plan. Earth strikes back. Smoke still filled the sky. The alien destroyer ship was gone, broken into fire and ash. But John Keller knew this fight wasn't over. Inside Ghost Base, the team gathered around a round table. Maps glowed on the screen. Red lights showed alien ships still above Earth, many of them. And more were coming. We only took down 1 ship, Harris said. They have a whole fleet waiting out there. John nodded. This was just their first move. Rhea looked at the screen. So, what's the plan? John looked at them all. He saw tired eyes, gray hair, old scars, but also fire, strength, and something more. Purpose. He pressed a button. A new map appeared, one that showed the alien mothership. This, he said, is their command center. It's hidden behind Earth's moon. If we take it out, we cut the head off the snake. Harris crossed his arms. And how do we reach it? Our old space shuttles are junk now. John smiled. Not all of them. He turned to the base computer. Activate Project Backdoor. A large wall opened inside the mountain. Behind it was a black spacecraft, sleek, silent, and deadly. It was shaped like a dagger. Mason whistled. You kept that secret. John nodded. It was built after the war, just in case Earth was attacked again. Only Ghost Team knew about it. The ship's name appeared on its side in silver letters. Phantom 1. Rhea ran her hand along the metal. Still looks sharp. Harris said, but how do we get past their fleet? They'll shoot us before we leave the atmosphere. John replied, we won't go through them. We'll go under them. He showed a path on the map, through Earth's old mining tunnels, deep underwater, then up from the dark side of Earth. The aliens wouldn't expect that. It's risky, Mason said. We've done worse, Rhea added. John looked at each of them. We're not just fighting for Earth anymore. We're fighting for all of humanity. If they take Earth, they'll take everything. They all nodded. No more words were needed. Hours later, final preparations. The team suited up. Their armor was upgraded now, stronger, lighter, with old tech mixed with new. Inside Phantom 1, everything came online. Lights blinked green. Weapons hummed. The ship was ready. John sat in the pilot's seat, Harris next to him. The rest of the team checked the systems. Engines, online. Weapons, charged. Cloaking field, working. John spoke into the comms. Ghost team, ready for launch. Launch in 3, 2, 1. The mountain opened. Water rushed down a hidden tunnel. Phantom 1 dropped like a stone, straight into the darkness. It moved through the deep tunnels, silent and fast. Outside, sea creatures scattered. Inside, Ghost team stayed focused. Above the ocean, alien ships floated in the sky, but they didn't see anything. Coming up behind the Earth now, Harris said, still cloaked. John looked ahead. The moon was rising. Prepare for jump. Phantom 1's engines glowed blue. Jump in 3, 2, 1. A flash of light, and they were gone. In space, near the moon, the alien mothership was massive, bigger than a city. It floated in space like a monster. Inside, Commander Varnak stared at his screens. We lost contact with our destroyer ship. No signal from the surface team. His second officer said, maybe we underestimated these humans. Varnak growled, no, they're just dust from the past. We will crush them. Suddenly, alarm. Unidentified object approaching fast. Where did it come from? No idea. Sir, it's cloaked. Phantom 1 dropped its cloaking field. Missiles launched. Lasers fired. Boom. Alien fighters scrambled to attack, but they were too late. Inside Phantom 1, John shouted, cut through the side hangar. That's their weak spot. Rhea and Mason ran to the drop bay. They opened the doors. We're going in, Rhea shouted. They jumped into the mothership using jetpacks, moving like falling stars. Inside the alien mothership, the hallways were dark and cold. Alien guards tried to stop them, but Ghost team moved like lightning. Blasters fired. Explosions shook the walls. They'd reached the main power core, a glowing crystal tower. This is it, Harris said. If we destroy this, the whole ship goes down. Rhea set the charges. 1 minute till boom. Suddenly, Commander Varnak entered the room. You dare come here, he roared. He was bigger than they expected, stronger, covered in armor. I'll crush you myself, he growled. John stepped forward. Try it. The final fight began. John and Varnak clashed, blow after blow. Sparks flew. The room shook. Rhea shouted, 30 seconds. Varnak roared and knocked John down. But John stood again, bleeding, hurt, still strong. He pulled out a hidden blade and struck, right into Varnak's chest. The alien commander fell. VEPBEPBEP. Time's up, shouted Mason. Ghost team jumped back into Phantom 1. Boom. The mothership exploded in a ball of fire. Ghost team flew away, watching the blast light up space. They had done it. Earth had struck back. The legend, Earth's deadliest, are not done yet. The alien mothership was gone. In space, fire still floated like red stars. Broken pieces of alien metal drifted silently. Phantom 1 flew through the wreckage, safe, strong, and fast. Inside the ship, Ghost team sat quietly. No one spoke for a moment. They had done the impossible. John Keller looked at his team. Their faces were tired, but proud. Rhea broke the silence. We just took out the biggest threat to Earth. Harris smiled. And we're still breathing. Mason laughed. Not bad for a bunch of retired old soldiers. John looked at the screen. Earth was shining in the distance. Blue, beautiful, safe again. We're not done yet, he said. Not until we make sure they never come back. Back on Earth, 1 week later, the world had changed. The people now knew the truth. They had seen the fire in the sky, the battles, the near destruction. News reporters called it the Silent War, and they called Ghost Team the Forgotten Protectors. John, Harris, Rhea, Mason, and the others stood in front of a hidden hangar. Their old base was now open to Earth's leaders. A general stepped forward. He saluted. "You saved our world. We had no idea you still existed." John replied, "That's the point. We were never meant to be seen, just ready when needed." The general said, "We need people like you again. The galaxy is changing. The danger is bigger than Earth." John looked at his team. "We're not soldiers of one world. We're protectors of all humans." He turned back. "We'll train others. Build a new ghost program, one that's ready for the stars." The general nodded. "And you?" "We'll lead the first wave," John said. "There are still alien threats out there. And they need to know Earth doesn't kneel." Months later, Secret Space Station Echo 1. A new team of young soldiers stood in training gear. Strong, fast, smart, but not yet ready. John Keller walked past them. He didn't smile. He didn't speak much. But they all stood straight when he walked by. They knew who he was. He stopped in front of them. "You've heard the stories," he said. "You've seen the news. But being a ghost is not about glory. It's about doing the hard job, in the dark, so others can live in the light." Rhea stood beside him. "We don't run from fear. We run toward it." Harris added, "You'll train harder than you ever thought possible. But if you pass, you'll be one of us." One recruit asked, "What are we called, sir?" John looked at them. "Ghost Team. Far in the galaxy, unknown planet. Dark ships floated above a strange red world. Inside, an alien commander received news. Earth's defense was stronger than expected. Our destroyer was lost. Varnak is dead." The alien commander's eyes narrowed. "They still have old soldiers." "Yes, but they are few." The commander stood. "Then next time, we don't send a ship." He pointed at the stars. "We send an army. Back to Earth orbit, Phantom 1. John sat alone in the pilot's seat, looking out at space. He held a small photo in his hand, an old picture of his original team. Some gone, some lost, but never forgotten. Rhea walked in. "You okay?" John nodded, just remembering. She sat beside him. "You think we'll ever be done?" He looked at the stars. "No, but that's okay. Legends don't rest." He stood up and walked toward the ship's control. "Let's take a flight." "Where to?" Rhea asked. John smiled. "Wherever danger lies." Phantom 1's engines lit up. The ship rose and disappeared into the stars. Final scene. Narrator voice. For YouTube ending. When aliens came, Earth didn't send diplomats. It didn't send politicians. It sent legends, and the galaxy will never forget. The retired soldiers of Earth. The end.